Cover 6, down corner to the right side, quarters to the back side. Denzel and Harrison are running with DK at the bottom of the screen, bracketing that. We're bracketing the deep over. Jerome Baker runs under it. Yeah, this is really well covered and really well done by the defense here, man. Good job here by JTS, Joe Tryon-Shanka, getting not many reps he's had in the Browns uniform, but that little boom, swipe inside, rip, get off the running back. Should have had a sack. It's a bummer. Good play to get that football out of his hands, and Shelby Harris is there. So 3rd and 18. They're an empty. They're just going to throw something quick. They don't want to take a sack. It's cover 2. Drop under it until he throws it. Rally up and tackle. Nothing crazy. They don't want to take a sack, so Miles gets chipped. You're going to get a chip on McGuire on the other side. Let's see how Mason does. He wants to swipe and stuff. Right, you see it right there. I'm talking about Mason. If you're not following along closely, like right here, you'll see him swipe here, but he doesn't time that punch. A little hands to the face, and he does a good job of fighting to turn that corner, but he's got to get better at the calculation of that hit and swipe stuff, man. The hand fighting is where he's lacking right now. All right, just going to run a little of their outside zone. They get a cutback on it. Let's see how. In motion, we're just bumping safeties down. We rolled over when they came this way. We came across, then we're going to bump back. We're going to roll Grant down. Yep, it's just wide zone, and they're just reversing out. So they're taking block back and loop. That's all they're doing to get better angles. Great job. I don't think Schlesinger saw that coming at all. He got folded up really hard right here in the middle of the screen. Yep, so 2 people have to bracket this off the back side. You got to get here to make him cut, and over the top here to make him cut again, and then we got a corner ready to fit it. All right? Man, I'm surprised Carson did not get hurt on that. That was pretty gnarly. Got to be more aggressive on the backside fits there. 2nd and 1. They're in gun heavy. They're going back to that same look they ran on the first play, but they're actually going to run it this time. Let's watch it from the tight. Down, down, down. Climb into 30. You got to get your cornerback involved and get in there and make their play. Yeah. And it's fine. I think Mason does a pretty good job with this double team right here initially. Good job triggering there. We need Bush to just trigger faster. Blow this up. You got to condense it from here, and really get downhill right here to make this a nothing play. A little too slow. But it's a 4-yard gain. 1st and 10. They're back in empty. Browns match it. Got Delpit down. We got Tyson in the slot. We got a linebacker out wide. We're playing a bunch of man coverage. They just want to either go to the slot fade, right? So they had a couple instances where they can run against man slot fade or hitch it up. Probably the same thing over here. You can run the slot fade or hitch it up. They're trying to identify those players. I think Aaron, looking left, wanted to go there and maybe didn't like the matchup. Both of these guys are open options, but this is one of the few times the Browns did get pressure into his lap, and he just gets rid of it. Right, pressure ends this play. Mason taking on 2. Good job by Alex Wright off the right edge, man. Just bull rushing. It's really, really good. It's really good. Miles doing his thing. If Aaron holds the ball for another split second, he takes a huge chip off the left side. Huge chip. Then just swims under. Gets guys like Aaron Rodgers, man, this is the game they play. They know what they're doing with navigating the types of schemes that your team runs and getting the football out fast. Now, this is right. He just needs to make this play right down the line. Make the play. No one's blocking you. The scheme doesn't call for that. They're looping. I think they just miss an assignment here because there's no way you want a defensive end coming free. I mean, Jaylen Warren's a tough SOB, so it's not an easy job. But yeah, they blow a concept here. I don't know if Freiermuth is supposed to block him or who, but we got to make that play right there. Right? They got a dude at center. Watch him get out and clean to the second level. Boom. Oh, that must be nice. Yep. Just got to make the play. The line of scrimmage. It's a blown one. All right, second down, or maybe back to 1st and 10, actually. There's that same cheat motion, that same short toss they're doing, tight zone, but short tossing it, letting them cut off of people. It's no different than like a wind back counter where a quarterback would, not even a counter, it's just a down a block. He opens this direction and then turns the football back. He's stepping and then downhill, just calling it wind back stuff. It's the same thing. Rodgers is just turning and tossing it. They're getting escort motion to kick out the backside end. Schlesinger tries to shoot it. Right, how are we doing in the middle? Collins, pretty good. Redirecting. Bush makes the play. Huntington's close too. Finds the 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. They're still in there. Big personnel. This time they just sell fly sweep and then pitch away opposite. Which the Browns will do a little more of this misdirection stuff personally. Because it creates advantages. Watch it from the tight. Again, Browns are matching this with base, as they should. Huntington gets turned a little too easy here. Like to be able to force this back, but this isn't a strong part of his game at his size. So he's got to win with speed. When we're down the line, you got to get Collins to be down the line, aggressive down the line. It's not bad, but 4 yards, 3rd and 3. Just let me see here. We got a kick. We got G lead. So just the guard, play side guard is leading on the edge. And we got to get down the line quicker, gang. Everything's right there. Right? So you're going to get 66 kicking out, and we're getting down, right? So we got to get, if Mason's gap shooting here, right? And we're maybe gap shooting here, then we got to get this player down the line fast to cut it up. Which he does. Pretty good job of. We got to get him down. Got to get him down. All right. Well, 1st and 10, balls on the 32. They're going to fake a reverse of their kind of putting people in different places, trying to chase a big throw, and they get to it. The same thing with Washington. So he's going to be out on a corner route or a little, flat out. They're going to fake the reverse, fake inside zone, which what you're doing is selling inside zone in the split block that you've run all day. Going to over the top, out, right? It's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Yeah. I mean, it pulls up. Look at what it does. The split zone, you think, oh, okay. They're going to look at Denzel's losing his footing. Do we need to play this split zone player right here? Right? It's a good concept. It really sells a lot of different stuff. Watch the confusion it causes the linebacker. And this is gun run stuff. The amount of confusion it causes everybody. The reverse fake, what it does to Grant. Yeah, man. That's a good design. It's a really good design. All right, they're back in 11, 15 Skoranek down here at the bottom of the screen. They get press man. They say, hey, sometimes we're going to rip a fade. See if our guy can go get it. Tyson ran with it. I don't think foot like ball skills are the best part of his game, but he's in the position he needs to be a lot of times. That one hits him in the back. It's fine. It's the hardest thing to do in the league, really, is find those back shoulders. Again, good coverage out of this looks to be 11 personnel. Browns are just running their man look. low and high hole players. Bringing 5 on this one, I think. Schlesinger's A-gap rushing. Yeah, this is great coverage. You use the sideline to your benefit. Make the throw have to happen in a super tight window. Great job. Yep. Well done. All right, still second quarter. Back in 11, 12 personnel. That's Jonnu Smith. Quick screen. Nice design. Right? Send him out there hard, like he's going to the flat. That makes him jump outside. Release that play side tackle. What do you also do? What have we seen teams do to the Browns all year? Take this guard, pull him, sell everything come in this direction, right? Watch what it does to the inside backers, and then have a quick screen where the tackle's leaking and try to create a tunnel. This is fun. Look at the linebackers. They are gone. Schlesinger and Devin Bush are over here because they're reading running back and the guard here who pulled. So there's nobody left middle. And that's why you're able to turn that into 6-7 yards. Could have been more. Watch the linebackers read. Think these two read those guys? You think? Yep. Nice design. Right, they're going with their, looks like weak side zone again. They're doing a lot of position blocking on this. I don't love this scheme for them. It doesn't look like so much outside zone to me. It just looks like we're getting a little block back. This is very interesting, almost draw-like blocking. So we're going to get pin back again and through. I wonder how they would label this blocking scheme. Interesting. Nice job by Collins, man. He's getting blocked back on by the right guard and just knocks that guy's arm off of him. Downhill flat. Boom. Make the play. Well done. Malik Collins is a dude. He should be a Pro Bowler this year at minimum. All right, so they're in motion now. Everything's bunched. They got a couple tight ends. Going to put DK in flat motion. They know they're probably getting man. Situationally, it's 3rd and 3. So let's snap him right up underneath here and try to create something vertical off of his route, right? And it could have been thrown, if you ask me. Would have been tight. It's pretty good coverage. Campbell does a good job running that arc. But it's open enough. And Rodgers is going out the opposite direction, and all of a sudden he's making those type of plays. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going sprint out, and then we're going to get Aaron Rodgers on the back. I mean, no one expects Aaron Rodgers to leak out the backside. Man, I'll tell you what. I think 30's not powerful. Watch this little boom on Miles. Oh, man. I cannot fathom how that worked. Just winding back the clock, apparently, for Aaron Rodgers. Apparently, folks. 2x2, first down for them. This is a rare formation, spread wide. And we just try to, I think we're just in, it smells like cover 3 to me. Or maybe even quarters for them. Because you don't get anybody. It's interesting. The curl flats are interesting to me. It might be quarters. He tries to jump it. Tyson tries to jump it. Ball beats him. Now we're up the sideline and he's a freight train. Can't do that. You can't do that. But, you know, guy you brought in on Wednesday. So it's going to happen every now and again. 1st and 10. Back to that same wide zone look, and now they're booting off of it. They do a good job with the backside tight end aligned right here. Hey, we want to get outside of this. Let's put him outside here and have him block. Chip that edge. Seal that edge. Right? There you go. Now he's out and around it. Picking up a couple yards. Browns cover it well, right? To their credit. Linebackers bite hard, but they run underneath it. Everybody's bracketed up. They do a good job, but Rodgers still getting out and running for 3 yards because our contained guy's blocked. So it's a positive. 2nd and 8. Right? They're going to put a little motion wide, step them up. Now we know it's zone, little identifier motion, as we call it, right? Browns blitz from depth, which has not been a too common thing. They're bringing a couple and punching out right. So this is frustrating because you're bringing Miles, looping him all the way around inside, bringing depth linebacker blitz, and we have this. This should not happen. I mean, this is cover 3, I think, happening behind this. I think it's just 3 deep, 3 under is what it turns into. You're bringing 2 off a side and you punch out and in. You're 3 deep here, and then your 3 under is right is dropping. Pretty common numbers in blitz, but like we can't let this tight end catch this football. We can't have that. He's the only threat. There is no other threat, fellas. How do we let that happen? Especially the corner, who's on that same side as Washington. Like you gotta stop that from happening. 1st and 10. Get the wide receiver in that wind motion again, trying to get him looking like he's blocking off the edge. Right, bring the Browns rotate down, bring Harrison down, bump Delpit back, as you can see. Right, they're just going at you with play action, going at you with deception, booting away from Myles Garrett's side as their plan was, creating chaos, living in that world. Now nothing's open again. Browns are doing a good job in coverage, but you're stressing it. You're almost able to drop one off to the big fella again on 1st down. You don't complete it, but you're still keeping them honest, still making them think, right? Nobody's running wide open, but you're making them think, and defenses don't like to think. Again, go back to the same concept. Let's reverse out. Like we're running that zone. Pull the backside guard. What does this happen? When this happens, what do you see? Linebacker flow. And then we can toss it out the other side. Now they get lucky, the Browns do, in my opinion. There's one-on-one there. They get a false start. I love the design, though. 11 personnel. They shift and then motion. Both tight ends. And then we're just going to run a little swing screen off of it.